Game of clones, game of phones. Why these bitches wanna fuck with me? Why you bitches want my shine? Ice Age toys, I stay on my grind. Y'all little boys, business ain't mine. Cut my ploys, treasure I find. Pirate or rap chat, bitch you better get that. It's Ice Age, handle that. Game of phones, game of phones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of clones. Buzz right here, infinity beyond me, tears. Friend of me, switch it up, friend of me. Why these hoes playing me? G-card chick, got a view with a deck. Black cars on you, what the heck? But really, who is this bitch? Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones, game of clones. It just goes to show you don't know what you really know. Jelly ass hoes, I say about to just let it go. What y'all fuck with my flow? Quantum physics, mounted as relics. Bitch, it's hilarious how you tell it. You don't really know. Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones, game of clones. Game of phones. These bitches are really fucking hoes. We is not the same. Try to find my name, but you see my claim. Now you want my fame. The shit's all a game. Why they point and blame? I stage spit the flames. Cancel culture of lame. Game of phones, game of phones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones, game. Game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones. Move from a throne, bitch you don't know. There's a garden, no. This is my lawn, get off my turf. Bitch since my birth, I've been on this earth. Ice Age turf, Ice Age world. Girl, you better go back upstairs. Bitches are no average herd. Cattle call, but I need the cattle cow. I need the cash now, cash cow. Bitch, you better bow, cause this is the queen shit, bitch. Get off of it. Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. Game of clones, game of clones, game of clones. Game of phones, game of phones, game of phones. 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 Bitch, I got the mail. You better go tell your fat daddy Phil from the podium. Bitch, you better spun. You spelling up on my lawn. Go on. Game of phones, game of phones.